Hello, Westford. The school committee voted on the fiscal 2020 budget. The Board of Health reduced vendors' fees for the farmers market, and Team Forever Young held a gala to benefit the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. I'm Chuck Steinhauser, a WestfordCAT volunteer, and WestfordCAT News is next. Before we get started, I'd like to remind you to sign up for our email alerts delivering all the latest Westford news to your inbox. Just visit westfordcatnews.org and click the red subscribe button in the upper right corner. Just to note that the February 12th Selectmen meeting was canceled due to weather. WestfordCAT will bring you the entire meeting when the board meets again. The school department budget continues to generate discussion at school committee meetings. On February 11th, Superintendent Bill Olson announced that Town Manager Jody Ross would be appropriating an additional $179,242 for fiscal 2020 beginning July 1st. Here's Olson.
Well, we hope that you will take a vote on the budget tonight, on your budget.
Okay.
And if you remember back, way back when, it seems like 3 or 4 months ago, but a couple of months ago, I submitted a budget to you of almost $60.7 million. That was $1.247 million above the town manager's recommended appropriations, so we trimmed our budget down to $59.4 million. After the Joint Finance Committee and Selectmen's meeting that we appeared at several weeks ago, the town manager indicated that she was able to appropriate another $179,242. So as of right now, including that $179,000, we are at a budget of $59,626,571. Now, we know that $179,000 is planned to be allocated, 132 of which is allocated to the restoration of elementary reading interventions. I'm strongly recommending to you that we kind of bank the additional $47,000 as a hedge against any of the new growth items, because if we were to look for ways to spend that and then go into the fall town meeting needing money to meet growth, the first question that someone's going to ask is, why did you spend the $47,000 when you had it? And that becomes, politically, that becomes very difficult for us. So I'm going to recommend that we keep that uncommitted right now. We might need it for a bus, we might need it for a faculty member, but I'm going to recommend that you vote that particular budget figure.
All right, so first we need to vote on the new budget number with the additional $179,242,000.
It's $59,626,571.
So all in favor of the revised motion? Okay, so we unanimous.
Oh, thank you.
Watch the entire school committee meeting at westfordcat.org. The Board of Health is reducing vendors' fees this season for participating in the farmers market. Here's Board of Health Chairman Zach Cataldo, followed by Health Department Director Jeff Stevens.
The board is now considering our 7 o'clock agenda item, which is to consider the reduction in fee for farmers market permits. The fees to be reduced from $80 to $40 for the TCS foods?
Yeah, it used to be the potentially hazardous food.
Oh, okay. Foods and reduction in fee from $65 to $30 for the non-TCS foods. The farmers market will run an 8-week cycle.
All right, so the reason why this was asked is our permit fees were essentially double what I'm proposing, and I came up with these two numbers based off of the amount of weeks the farmers market's going to run. There was initially a request to waive all fees for the farmers market. Well, I know we have to still send staff over there, whether it be Seth or Arnie or myself, or maybe all three of us for the first one to make sure everybody's open, there's still going to be a cost of doing business. However, that cost is truncated for that 8 weeks and not the 16 to 17 that the farmer's market was before. So what I did was I just simply divided the weeks by the current permit fees, which turns out to be somewhere around $5 a visit, and turned that into a $40 fee for just the farmer's market.
Watch the entire Board of Health meeting at WestfordCAT.org. Leading up to annual town meeting on March 23rd, WestfordCAT will preview some of the articles and citizens' petitions on the warrant. This week, we bring you the fiscal 2019 recommendations from the Community Preservation Committee. $770,000 to improve Forge Pond Beach. $100,000 for renovations of the Pear Center for the Arts. $174,000 for Phase 2 of the engineering and design of Westford Academy's Trustees Field. $60,000 to install 2 irrigation wells at Hill Orchard on Hunt Road. $41,000 to resurface 3 basketball courts. The committee members voted 7-0 on all recommendations. Under the Community Preservation Act of 2000, communities can collect a property tax surcharge of up to 3%. Today, the state matches by about 20%. The funds can be used for historic preservation, the creation of affordable housing, and the preservation of open space. And now for a feature of the week. A February 9th gala spearheaded by resident Nancy Cook and her Team Forever Young raised money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. The sold-out event, held at UMass Inn and Conference Center, brought more than 350 attendees to the venue. Here's Patty Stocker with the details.
For the past 10 years, Westford resident Nancy Cook and the local suicide prevention group she captains, Team Forever Young, has participated in dozens of Out of the Darkness walks. These 16 to 18-mile dusk-to-dawn journeys not only raise money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, but they also hope to cast a light on the growing number of suicides in this country and to remember those who have taken their own lives. On Saturday, February 9th, Team Forever Young and its presenting sponsor, the Lowell Sun Charities, held its first annual Team Forever Young Celebration Gala at the UMass Lowell Inn and Conference Center, where just over 350 people attended and just under $35,000 was raised for the AFSP through ticket sales, silent auctions, raffles, and sponsors. Here's Nancy Cook discussing how the event came to pass, followed by her co-chair of the fundraiser, Jackie Zegowitz.
This is our first annual gala. It was Jackie Zegowitz's idea to evolve from our Cinco and our Dining for a Cause.
Nancy and I thought it'd be a great evening to pull friends, family together. Be a great way to raise funds for suicide prevention. Everyone loves to get out, get dressed up, spend some money, have some fun.
We started 10 years ago in the loss of Billy Duggan, a Westford police officer, my friend from junior high school. We started walking to bring awareness to mental health issues and for suicide awareness. We are, as I said, 10 years in. We are back in Boston where it all started, and we will continue to do this as long as we have strength and can walk 18 miles.
We never expected to reach 356 people. We thought we'd be lucky if we can get 250. So we're pretty pumped. We're excited. It's going to be a great night. Great night.
After a spirited reception where attendees could bid on the raffles and silent auctions, dinner was served in the dining room where guests were inspired by the handful of moving speakers, including U.S. Congresswoman Lori Trahan, the CEO of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, Frank Gebbia, the AFSP's Area Director, Tara Healy, and the night's keynote speaker, Kristen Leary, a retired police officer who was involved in 2 police officer-involved shootings during her 18 years on the force. She shared her story.
I truly, if I didn't have the things in place to take care of myself, the mental health capacity at that point from the counseling that I had received and what I had learned to take care of myself and to take care of my guys on scene, I never, ever would have survived. Breaking the stigma for police for fire, for paramedics. It has to be there. We have to be able to speak our minds and not be afraid to lose our jobs. We have to be able to take care of our first responders, or they won't be able to take care of us. Thank you very much.
The night continued with dancing to an 8-piece band and the closing of the silent auction. To date, Team Forever Young has raised $500,000 for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. For more information on how you can get involved with Team Forever Young, go to their homepage, Out of the Darkness, Team Forever Young, on Facebook. Or visit theovernight.org/participant/30359. To watch the entire night's presentations, go to WestfordCAT.org. For Westford Cat, I'm Patty Stalker.
Candidates' nomination papers can be filed until Tuesday, March 19th at 5 p.m. in the town clerk's office. Selectmen Scott Hazelton and Andrea Perriner-Sweet are each seeking another 3-year term for the 2 open seats. Board of Health members Stephanie D. Granger and Susan Hanley are seeking another 3 years for the 2 open seats. All 4 have been certified. The school committee has 2 open 3-year terms. The Housing Authority has 1 open 5-year seat and 1 open 4-year seat. 2 3-year terms for library trustees are available. The sole 2-year term for library trustee is also expiring. A 5-year term on the planning board is open. WestfordCAT will keep you posted on the May 7th townwide election. The property at 354 Groton Road has undergone a transformation. The pine, oak, and maple trees have been cut down to make way for 8 residential units on the approximate 2 acres. The Alder Point development met resistance from resident Mary Yao, whose family home abuts the land.
As part of the development, they found it easiest to clear cut. That is, large trees, larger than I can hug, all trees removed with a large machine that grapples a tree, cuts it, and throws it into a pile. That means that all the animals that live there have to go elsewhere. That means the beautiful climate of the soil, the rich composition of the soil, all the animals that lived on it and under it will now need to find a new place to go. The land will dry out. The soil will be amended with chemicals which may flow into the pond. It's designed not to, but we do occasionally have very heavy rains. That will alter the pond. It'll alter the character of the pond. It'll change the density of a delicate area.
Melissa Robbins, who represents the developer, stated her client is beginning site work for the development known as Alder Point in conformance with the comprehensive permit and the orders of the conditions.
The previous story was inspired by resident Mary Yao, whose property abuts 354 Groton Road. Yao was passionately opposed to the clearing of the neighboring land for a residential development and turned to WestfordCAT for help in telling her story. If you'd like WestfordCAT to help you shine a spotlight on an issue, reach out to us. We can set you up with a camera after you take a short instructional class, or we can work together to document the story. Contact News Director Joyce Polino Crane at jcrane@westfordcat.org.
Hi, this is Superintendent of Schools Bill Olson with a school system update. Over the last several months, I've been working on with a task committee to develop and distribute an RFP for study of school and town building security. I'm pleased to report that a contract was awarded to a company called Guidepost. They have extensive experience in the area of facilities security, and they have started working with us, and we look forward to continuing working with them for their recommendations. At the present time, the task force is still working and has refined an RFP, a request for proposal, for a study to do a gap analysis on the social, emotional wellness of our students. And we're looking forward to receiving proposals on that and that particular study. so that it can benefit both students and staff. I want to thank you for the PTO also for providing the Chris Foley with some window shades and two new basketball hoops. We very much appreciate those donations, and they will be quite well used at the school. I want to bring to your attention again the fact that niche.com is a ranking service. They're located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's a research firm, and they rank school systems across the country. And I'm pleased to say that the 2019 ranking brings the Westford Public Schools in as the third best school system in the state of Massachusetts, just behind Newton and Lexington. The Blanchard School was recognized as being the second best in the state, and the Stony Brook the sixth best in the state. And at the elementary level, the Day Elementary School was recognized as being the fourth best in the state, and the Abbott the seventh best in the state. And so we're very, very pleased and proud that our staff and students are accomplishing wonderful things in our school system. Well, we're approaching hopefully the end of winter. Fortunately, and I'm always reluctant to say this, fortunately we haven't had any full cancellation days because of weather. I'm sure there will be one or two coming up, but it's been a pretty good winter for the continuation of instructional activities. I look forward to seeing you throughout the rest of the school year, and I look forward to seeing you next time.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is a playful 5-year-old cat available now for adoption at the Lowell Humane Society. Here's Patty Stocker with more.
Here's a fun and playful cat that will fly into your heart. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is available now for adoption at the Lowell Humane Society. Here's Shelter Fundraising and Marketing Director Crystal Arnott with more.
So this is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and he is a 5-year-old domestic short-hair cat. He is the most fun. He will keep you laughing all day, every day, and he'll definitely keep you on your toes. He's a very silly cat, very playful and active, and extremely smart. He is 5 years old, and he does need to be on a special diet to prevent urinary blockages, but he eats that food just fine. He chows it right down, so he won't be an issue for getting him to eat this specialty food. It is a food that you have to purchase at your vet's office. Now, he is, like I said, very playful and gets very silly. He can sometimes put his mouth on you when he gets really excited, so you'll want to find an adopter for him that is very cat savvy and can read cat body language. So he'll definitely need an adult home or teens and up who can read his body language and make sure that they step away when he gets a little bit overstimulated.
If you think you'd like to provide Chitty with his forever home, or would like more information on donating to or volunteering at the Lowell Humane Society, visit them Tuesday through Sunday at 951 Broadway Street in Lowell, or go to lowellhumanesociety.org. Call 978-452-7781. You can also find them on Facebook. For WestfordCAT, I'm Patty Stocker.
A February 12th winter storm left several inches of snow and slush on the grounds this week. Let's see what weather.com is forecasting. Here's WestfordCAT board member Betsy Alvarez with suggestions for things to do in the area.
Thanks, Chuck. The J.V. Fletcher Library will present Playful Engineers Traveling Makerspace on Wednesday, February 20th from 10 a.m. to noon. This is a hands-on STEM-focused workshop for students in kindergarten through 4th grade. Kids can design, build, test, and play with mechanical doodads, ping-pong catapults, and exploding popsicle stick snakes. Tickets are $2 for children and adults and can be purchased in advance at the library. Space is limited to 100 people. Adults are encouraged to participate with their school-age children. The Rodenbush Community Center will launch Great Beginnings Mommy Time on Tuesdays beginning February 26 from 10:15 8:15 to 11:15 a.m. The program runs for 6 weeks through April 2nd and will be held at the 65 Main Street location. This workshop will teach parents what to expect during the early infant months. Participants will share advice and practical resources about nutrition, sensory and fine motor skills, and language and social development. Fees range from $132 for Westford residents to $144 for non-residents. Visit rodenbush.org for more information. The Merrimack Repertory Theater holds cookie matinees on the second Wednesday of the month. Come to the 2 p.m. show on Wednesday, February 20th to enjoy fresh baked cookies and coffee on the house from Ruth Awakening of Lowell. In this month's performance of The Heath by Lauren Gunderson, the playwright examines her relationship with her grandfather. Senior groups of 6 or more can purchase $16 tickets to any cookie matinee. Smaller groups of seniors will receive a 10% discount off tickets to any show all season. Visit mrt.org/show/Heath to purchase tickets. I am Betsy Alvarez, a WestfordCAT board member. Back to you, Chuck.
That's it for now, Westford. We leave you with images of the 27th Annual Chocolate Festival held on February 9th at St. Mark's Episcopal Church. Proceeds benefit local food pantries.